cold when you can see your breath. You can't really see that. That's annoying. But definitely cold. Just got to Fallow camp. Buzzing, excited. Haven't heard any croaks, but these temps, definitely expecting some tonight. Now I need to get a jumper on. So it is 7:15. We've just heard our first croaks. Not super close by, maybe one system over. 500 metres or so. Exciting, buzzing. So we're gonna chill out for a little bit, maybe hit the sack about 8 o'clock and get up nice and early to get after them. Hopefully they're still making some noise in the morning. This morning from camp. She's got to about 50 metres and he wants to spook her because I don't want to push her back towards this buck. Still got one croaking down below us, so he's on and off. And he's a freaking chilly morning. It's like 4 or 5. The thermals are still dragging down, but so while he's making noise, we're going to try and sort of get around him and work out a plan of attack to get to him. See how we go. So we took a gamble to head down the system. We're heading towards the croaking one, and saw another guy move off at about 120, 150 metres. I'm not sure if it was our thermals that got him or if he was just moving off anyway, because he didn't sprint, he just was walking. Definitely had antlers. He's still croaking. He's still going, Dad. He's still croaking. So he's sitting down here now, just for a bit of we let out a few croaks, and it was probably the other one that was croaking last night with his big guy that's still going, so he didn't look like he had girls, so maybe he's been pushed off and he's pressured, dunno. We'll let out some doe calls. And then some croaks, but nothing. We might keep pursuing the croaker. So we've got to within a couple 100 metres of the actual croaker. And then we heard some croaks. And then a shot go off. But then he was still croaking, so I don't think the shot was actually intended for him. although it was relatively close. We now have something barking at us. I think it's a doe. Within 100 metres, say. Or it could be a young croaker. It's not really barking, it's not a real throaty guy yet, so old mate croaker has stopped. I've put some calls out and got some responses, but nothing back recently. We're just having a sit, seeing if this other sound shows itself. Chasing croaks, having fun. You see, one stag this morning had 2 croakers, 1 doe and a fox. We also had that shot, so anyway, we're going to go try and get this guy croaking. We think he's on the private, but while he's croaking we're going to head towards him. Shot his big one antlered buck last year. Surprisingly, there's not a hell of a lot of sign on this side of the forest compared to last year, that is. And we definitely had no croaks on this side either, or last night. So making our way back around to where we heard the croaks when we saw that that buck this morning. And hopefully we we can lay eyes on something. Well, get the crosshairs on something. Someone else was also in there, which is expected. One of the most heavily shot out forests of New South Wales. So, heaps of pigs on, but man, surprised we haven't stepped on a pig yet. There's that much sign there. Anyway, I don't think they're going to start going off until later tonight, so make our way into position and have a good old sit. Night nail, back rattle. So we've got in nice and early to our set weight spot. About 2 o'clock we got here, just after. Maybe 2:15, 2:30. And this is where we're going to stay until half hour after sunset. We just walked down, as you'll see in the video, that little finger where those scrapes were. That's where the croaking was coming from this morning. We were on the other side of the gully this morning. Anyway, we saw that one buck and there was at least one croaking up there, so I thought it would be a good spot to sit down for tonight. Fair few decent rub trees and sand poles around, and there's scrapes up there, so hopefully we'll see a buck this afternoon. that doodles. Feed through the other side of the system. It's 5:30. We got freaking 15 minutes of shooting. Oh, 45 minutes of shooting left. But it's amazing these creatures come out at the very last minute. You've got to be in your spot. You've got to be in here waiting until dark, until after dark. And then walking out with a head torch if you want a chance, guys. Especially in these high pressure forests. Anyway, it doesn't look like a stag or a buck's followed them out, but we'll keep watch. This is by far the coldest morning. You can see that. That's what I was trying to show you yesterday morning, but oh man, it is freezing. I didn't have my thermals on underneath, so I've double jacketed this morning. And I was quick to put my gaiters and everything on trying to keep as much heat in as I can. Anyway, there was a minimal croaking last night. He started real hard at about 6, so we got about 45 minutes to get into position. We just breaking. Where is it? Back there somewhere. Just almost breaking shooting light, so we're about to head off. There you go. That's him started. So we better get going. So we're on the hunt for a blood trail. We had this cracking buck walk down the valley at about 100 metres, 80 metres. And just as he was going to turn to go down in behind some brush and further down the valley, we stopped him. Dad had a shot. Don't know if it hit him. Hunting in pairs. What do? Safety on. Went to pull the trigger and no go. Fucking always happens. Should have just been ready. Half cocked. Anyway, we're looking for blood, but yeah, there's no blood. No, we're not sure. Dad's not sure if he hit him. Anyway, we found where the bullet hit. Just crested this little ridge here, and he was back there. So you could see back and neck, and he was just turning down back into that ridge there. So we held him up, but I think that's all the story said. No blood. We did have a walk to see, but no blood up there either. You can hear one more croaking, so we might change tactics and head after him. So that's his turn mark. see print, and you can see that bullet hole there, and we were up behind that log up there, so we only had back, and he was headed down there. So after our sin weight this morning, which was productive, minus hitting that log and missing the bug, we're now heading back up through some pine fingers which deer will commonly congregate after the early morning to sort of seek safety and shelter, get some sun as well, and feed on these nice grassy clearings, just like this kangaroo all out there is doing. Anyway, nice slow walk back to camp, see if we can either find that other guy or another one. You did head in this direction. So, I don't know if anyone else does this, but I definitely do. Replay situations over and over and over again in my head in an attempt to not do the same again. However, I have been caught with my safety on before as well. Do a lot of hunting solo, so when it comes to hunting in groups, the safety or an unloaded round is your best practice. And I guess the only thing I could have done different in that situation was when I sat down, taking the safety off and put a round in. By the time I put a round in, took the safety off, and then trying to find the animal on the run, I don't know, in these close quarters with trees everywhere. I guess another thing, we ranged it after the fact that it was only about 55, 60 metres. And at that stage, that bullet is still travelling up to our inch high at 100, which the 30-06 is set at. So even though you had the crosshairs on it, I would have nailed it, it just nicked an inch low, or an inch down into that timber, which is essentially inch high at 100. It's 2-inch difference, which makes sense of where it hit. I guess even more so when we think about our placement, we did walk further up and come down a separate finger to sort of combat the thermals dragging down into the system. And that deer actually walked out of where we were yesterday and come up out of the valley. And as soon as its nose got up onto that ridge or above that valley system, it smelt us. It was headed back down and out and away. Didn't spook, but it definitely didn't know something. Didn't know. Oh my God. It definitely knew something wasn't right. And we stopped it, and that gave us a second for the shot, but I don't know. We'll get another one. There he is. We'll see. Last day today. Bye.